My non-functional fiancé wanted to be a streamer. My fiancé Mason broke up with me because I told him that I didn't want to leave my job and move across the country so he could be a streamer. I make very good money here in Minneapolis. My family is here, and I love the scenery of the area. My ex was basically a stay-at-home boyfriend. He worked only 20 hours a week as a barista at the Starbucks that is literally a 5-minute walk from our apartment. I work as a NICU nurse and I make good money, so I was never worried about our finances. What worried me was that, despite Mason having a biology degree, he was never able to get a full-time biology job. I think he was never even looking in the first place. I told Mason that I would be happy to help him pay for the master's/PhD program he was supposedly interested in doing, but he never put in the work to do any research into it or apply. Instead, he was obsessed with the idea of becoming a streamer and moving to LA. But Mason never had time to stream or work on building a social media presence. He has literally 2 followers on Twitch and the last time he streamed was a year ago. I paid for everything, the apartment, our groceries, his medication, his pet fish, all of our dates, that I always planned, but despite working crazy hours I was always the one grocery shopping on my way home and cleaning the dishes and cooking and doing laundry. The only thing he would do consistently was clean his fish tank and turn on the Roomba. But sure, I'm the problem when I tell him to stop piling the trash up 12 inches over the edge of the bin and actually take it out, and I'm the problem when I told him that I was not going to leave my job and pay for us to move to LA, and leave my entire family behind, when he's literally done nothing to make his own aspirations come true. Dude sits at home for 50 hours a week in his underwear eating Takis and playing video games that he isn't even streaming and expects me to cook dinner as soon as I get home from the hospital. So we had a fight and he broke up with me. Genius move. Genius move. So I canceled the lease on my apartment and I'm staying with my sister while I go house hunting and deleting every trace of that idiot from my life. He's tried calling and texting me, but I'm done with his leeching. I just wish other people could see through his carefully crafted lies because I have lost 2 friends who are just eating up his sob story. Can't believe I'm such a mean girlfriend who won't be my man's mommy. For starters, Mason is moving to LA in September, so I'm excited to go to our usual haunts and not have to worry about running into him anymore. But the second thing I learned confirmed that he was only using me as a meal ticket. 1 week after our breakup he came out as gay and officially started dating our mutual best friend, now my ex-best friend, who he always described as like a brother to him. I'll go ahead and say now that I have nothing against gay people. I'm happy for him and hopefully he can be with someone he has an actual chance of loving sincerely. But to say I didn't have suspicions of him cheating in the last few months of our relationship would be a lie. And now to know that he knew he was gay for a year before we broke up, and he was just riding on my paycheck while likely doing things with his bro on the side. Good news. My STD tests all came back clean, though we hadn't done the deed in several months before our breakup. Truthfully, I hope Mason can find peace and find what will motivate him. But it sucks that all of the struggle and strife of the last year could have been avoided if he had just been honest about his sexuality and actually stepped up to the plate and took responsibility for his own finances instead of expecting to be handed life on a silver platter. As for myself, I am closing on a house next week. I've joined a local tennis league, and I have started dating again, just enjoying myself and seeing what is out there. The house I'm buying will need a few renovations. My manipulative boyfriend stole so much from my life. My ex-boyfriend stole so much money from me. He would get me drunk and I only realized until it was too late that apparently he was putting rugs in them to make me fall asleep, hurt me, and then go through my stuff and take money. He would constantly withdraw money and never replaced it, even after the fact when I confronted him. When my car got damaged because I got sideswiped and hit a pole, he went as far as to go to a car repair shop, have them write up a bill to show the cost of repair, had me give him the money and then took the car out of the shop, stole it for a month and never got the car fixed. He did the deed with who I thought at the time was my friend, cheated on me with countless women, even though I helped him with whatever, bailed him out of jail, basically did everything for him and that was the thanks I got. I know, how stupid of me to even do all of that. I wish someone would just scream at me and tell me how much of an idiot I was, because for the past 1+ years I have just been constantly being so stupid. How could I just let someone do that to me? I would let myself go into work with black eyes and bruises everywhere. People wouldn't say anything but I know I looked insane. I tried going to the police once, because he thought I was so stupid that he literally pretended he was kidnapped and thought I would give him even more money to release him. I mean, can you blame him? I let him get away with so much as it was. Why wouldn't I be stupid enough to believe him? I tried going to the police again because he beat me so badly, but you know the police didn't bat an eye. But I honestly don't even blame them. The money being gone hurts, but I know it's as good as gone. How do I simply forgive myself? How can I relieve myself from the constant guilt that I have for letting it even get that far? I try to tell myself it's a lesson learned, but screw that. I hate myself every day for letting that happen to me. I appreciate if anyone even read this far, and if anyone has been in this position, hopefully have you given yourself some sort of grace? And can you please tell me how? I don't have the money/insurance to get myself therapy, so I suppose it is. Thank you for your time and compassion. My horrid boyfriend uses reusable toilet paper in the bathroom. He doesn't use toothpaste but a messwok, the toothbrush that was used by the Ooga Boogas. He is also anti-shave, though he trimmed his beard, so ever since I was with him, I always had this hunch that he is not washing properly. He is a hardcore vegan. He only buys clothes from shops that are locally owned. He is big on recycling things. We do not live together, so I am not at his house more often. He always smells like spices, so I had no idea his hygiene was so bad until now. I mean, I noticed it. He never shaved down there. I always had a funky smell from his junk. He doesn't have cleaning supplies in his house. I asked about it and he said he doesn't use chemicals that will harm the environment. He uses vinegar and lemon to clean stuff. It was odd, but I get it. I let it slide though it should have been my first red flag. Now, I have come to the last straw. Last night when I was in his place, I was using the bathroom. After I was done, I didn't see toilet paper. This is one thing I used to be glad that he kept in his house, though I am someone who prefers a bidet. I asked him to give me some toilet paper because he ran out. He told me he threw away all the toilet rolls because they clog the draining system and go to the ocean, which then causes toxicity in fishes, plus it wastes money to make toilet papers. I asked him what he uses to wipe himself. He told me he switched to reusable toilet paper a month ago. He just uses these and throws them in the washing machine. I wanted to vomit there. I am thinking about ending things because I cannot deal with this thing my entire life. 1 week later I broke up with Mr. Reusable Toilet Paper. I know a lot have advised me to talk about it though. I realize the issue is not just toilet paper, it's everything. I am a bit of an uptight person but he is not. We are two different people. Every time I am with him, I always have to eat vegan food and fear that I will offend him. I love meat, sorry vegans. But that's just my lifestyle. So, I broke it off with him. He was sad. He cried and told me he will never forget me and I was the one and only person who had spiritual purity in me. I don't know what that means, but it is over. I wish it was over then and there until yesterday when I visited my friend Gabby's house. When she saw me at the door she looked like a deer in headlights. She is also a bit of a hippie but nothing like my ex. I noticed there was a strange lemony smell along with good items. I saw my ex was high on her couch. He waved hi to me. My friend told me she found him being sad in our usual hangout spot. He was singing a sad song. They are sleeping together. Furthermore, they are sleeping because he needs healing. Apparently, he was very emotional and depressed that he slept with my friend to cleanse my memories. They can live happily ever after for all I care. My boyfriend has serious issues and I don't know what to do. I should have known from our first date that something was wrong. When his TV froze, he threw the remote and slammed doors. Since then, he's had angry outbursts over and over. He always says sorry after and promises to do better, but nothing changes. He then proceeded to quit his job. Then we found out I was pregnant. I work as a waitress, so we had to move in with his family. He said it would be short term, but he didn't even look for work until winter. All that time, he expected me to save money for us to move out while I was getting ready for the baby. His mood swings caused so many fights that his parents kicked us out. Our baby was born in spring 2024. 2 weeks later, he quit his job again. Now I have to pay all the bills and walk on eggshells to avoid making him mad. His outbursts have gotten worse since the baby came. He throws things when he's angry, often breaking my stuff. Last week, he threw a water bottle that almost hit the baby's swing. That was the last straw for me. It's been 3 months, and he still won't find a job. I'm tired of being scared in my own home and not being able to go out without him. I've decided to leave, but I'm waiting until I have a job lined up. I'm planning to move back to my hometown and break the lease because of domestic violence. Until then, I have to act like everything's normal while I get ready to leave. It's so hard to pretend. I feel guilty because I think he can tell I'm at my limit. He's even selling his broken down car for scrap to help pay bills this month. I'm trying not to let that stop me from leaving. I have to think about my baby's safety. I got a chance to leave the house alone recently and talk to my dad. He's ready to help me leave anytime and told me to keep records of everything I do for the baby to help with custody. Since I'm nursing, my boyfriend won't be able to have the baby for more than a few hours every other weekend. In the last few days, I've told everyone who needs to know about my plans. My work managers are very understanding and want me to be safe. The leasing office is helping me get off the lease quietly. I'm recording everything that happens. My mom is helping me plan for a custody lawyer. My dad and stepsister are helping move my things out bit by bit. I'm looking for jobs and housing in my hometown. Some people told me not to wait until he has a job to leave, and they're right. But I do want to have a job lined up to make sure my baby and I will be okay. It's strange. Since I decided to leave, he's suddenly acting like the perfect boyfriend and dad. But it's only been 4 days, and I can already see it's not going to last. I'll keep updating as things change. Wish me luck as I try to build a safer life for my baby and me.
Gold digger hid something and it ruined our relationship. This gold digger girl comes waltzing into my life when I inherited money because my dad passed away. We talked about marriage and having kids in the whole 9 yards. She had me buying her designer everything head to toe plus accessories. We went out to nice, greater than $100/person. Dinners 3 or more times a week every week. We went to every concert we wanted to. We flew to music festivals out of state. Stayed in 4- and 5-star hotels everywhere we went. One night, I had borrowed her MacBook to do some stuff for school. I was 20 to 21 at the time because mine had just broken. I had written her a song and went to record it in photo booth. Opened the app to see pictures of her inappropriate modeling various designer handbags and clothes that I hadn't bought her. I was super confused, but decided to just exit the app and go on with my schoolwork. While I was working, she got a notification of an email from some dude and the subject was something about liking pictures, so I was a prick and opened it. Long story short, she was basically a sugar baby and had all these dudes buying her handbags for bicycles and giving her money in exchange for inappropriate pictures. It all kinda clicked at that moment that everything was a lie. I wouldn't have even been mad if she had come and discussed it with me first. Like, I don't own you. If dudes want to give you things just for some pics, get yours, girl, 100%. It's that she did it behind my back and lied straight to my face dozens of times when I asked her where she was getting all this new things. Some backstory. My dad was my best friend in the world. He was everything to me. When he died, it ruined me up. It's been 12 years now and it still messes me up. For years, I spent 100% of my time up on rugs and alcohol. Not a single moment sober. I'm guessing she used that to her advantage. But how someone could see that situation as an opportunity to manipulate them for their own benefit is just so disgusting. When I confronted her, she came clean about it all, except the part where she had been cheating on me for months with a completely different guy who wasn't one of her sugar daddies. How much shit can one person want? You've got me buying you everything. You've got another boyfriend buying you things. You've got multiple sugar daddies buying you stuff. Never understood that part tbh. Only found out about the other boyfriend after she had a slip of the tongue while confessing about the other parts.